Hi there, and welcome back to Ageless Mind and Body, the place where we talk openly and honestly about staying strong, vibrant, and confident at every stage of life. I'm Dr. John Miller. I've spent over 20 years working in gynecology and men's health, and today we're going to dive into a topic that most people shy away from, but really shouldn't: masturbation in older men. Now, I know this might raise a few eyebrows. Some of you may be thinking, wait, at my age, isn't that something for younger folks? But here's the truth: when done mindfully and in moderation, masturbation can actually be a powerful tool for improving blood circulation, supporting sexual health, and even boosting your mood and mental clarity. It's not something to be ashamed of. In fact, it's a natural and safe way to stay in touch with your body, especially as we age. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's have an honest conversation about what it really means to take care of your body and your mind as the years go by. Let's get into it. As men hit their 50s, a lot begins to change. Some of it subtle, some not so much. One of the biggest shifts happens inside the body. Testosterone levels start to drop. And while that might not sound like a big deal, at first, it actually sets off a chain reaction. You might notice your energy isn't quite what it used to be, your motivation dips, your libido fades, and even your mood starts to shift. It's like a slow domino effect, physically, mentally, and emotionally. The hard part: a lot of men don't talk about it. There's this pressure to just man up and push through or pretend like nothing's wrong. Many guys feel embarrassed or even ashamed, thinking they're alone in this experience. Some withdraw from intimacy, avoid the topic altogether, even with their partners. But the truth is, this decline is more common than most people realize, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It doesn't mean you're less of a man. It just means your body is going through a natural phase, and with the right mindset, support, and care, there's still so much you can do to stay healthy, connected, and confident. You're not alone, and you're definitely not done. Let me tell you about someone I once worked with, Mr. White, a 63-year-old man who came to see me not long after he retired. At first, he couldn't quite put into words what was wrong. He just felt tired all the time, unmotivated, like the spark had gone out. His energy was low, his interest in intimacy had faded, and emotionally, he felt stuck in a fog he couldn't shake. As we talked more, it became clear that stepping away from his career, something that had given him purpose and identity for decades, had left a void he didn't know how to fill. He started withdrawing from social events, avoided closeness with his wife, and stopped doing the things that used to bring him joy. Quietly, and maybe without even realizing it, he began questioning his worth, even wondering, am I still a man if I don't feel like one anymore? It was a painful place to be. But what he didn't know at the time was that this experience is far more common than people think. His story isn't rare, it's real. And it's a reminder that emotional and sexual health don't retire just because we do. Let's talk about something that hardly ever gets talked about, especially when it comes to older men, and that's masturbation. Yeah, I said it. It might feel a little awkward at first, but hear me out, because this is important. Masturbation, when done in a healthy, respectful, and hygienic way, is actually a completely natural part of self-care. It's not something to feel embarrassed about or to hide like a guilty secret. In fact, for men over 50, it can be one of the simplest, most accessible ways to support your physical and emotional well-being. First off, it helps with blood circulation. That might not sound sexy, but it's essential, especially when we're talking about maintaining good sexual function. Better circulation means better oxygen flow, which can support healthy erections and overall vitality. Masturbation also has a calming effect on the nervous system. It can help you sleep better, reduce anxiety, and let go of some of the built-up tension that naturally comes with everyday life. And, perhaps most importantly, it helps you stay connected to your own body. That connection is key, especially as we get older and start feeling like we're somehow less than because of changes in energy or desire. Taking time for yourself in this way can actually boost your confidence and remind you that you still have control over your body and your pleasure. There's nothing shameful about that. If anything, it shows that you care about your health physically, mentally, and emotionally. Of course, like anything, moderation is important. It shouldn't replace connection with a partner, if you have one, and it definitely shouldn't become something you rely on to escape from your emotions or responsibilities. But when it's practiced with awareness and balance, it can be a meaningful part of a healthy routine. So, let's drop the shame and start talking about what real self-care looks like for men as they age. Taking care of yourself doesn't stop at exercise or diet. It includes your sexual well-being too. You deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve connection confidence and peace of mind. And if a bit of mindful self-pleasure helps you get there, then more power to you. Let me share a story that really stuck with me, one that I think a lot of people might quietly relate to. Mr. Lewis is 67 years old. He lives alone, retired a few years back, and like many men his age, he found himself facing some unexpected challenges. When he first came to see me, he looked exhausted, not just physically, but emotionally too. He said he constantly felt tired, even after a full night's sleep. His motivation was low, his mood was flat, and there was this underlying sense of frustration that he couldn't shake. He wasn't in pain, he didn't have any major medical problems, but something just felt off. He admitted he'd been feeling disconnected from his body, from pleasure, and honestly, from life itself. We talked for a while, and eventually I gently brought up the topic of masturbation. At first, he looked at me like I'd said something out of line. At my age, he asked, "Is that still normal?" There was so much hesitation in his voice, like he was carrying years of embarrassment, or the idea that self-pleasure was something shameful or childish. I explained to him that masturbation isn't just about sex, it's about reconnecting with your body, about releasing tension, improving blood circulation, and even lifting your mood. It's a natural, safe, and healthy practice when done with awareness and balance. After some thought, Mr. Lewis agreed to give it a try, not as something dirty or secretive, but as a form of self-care, just like stretching, walking, or meditating. A few weeks later, he came back for a follow-up, and I'll never forget the change in his tone. He smiled, looked more relaxed, and said, "I feel like I got a part of myself back." He told me he was sleeping better, feeling more at ease during the day, and even more confident in himself. He didn't feel so stuck anymore. That one small shift in mindset, overcoming the stigma and giving himself permission to care for his own needs, made a huge difference in his well-being. Mr. Lewis's story is a reminder that age doesn't cancel out the need for connection, pleasure, or care. Sometimes the smallest, most personal changes can have the biggest impact, and there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of in wanting to feel whole again. When it comes to masturbation, especially as we get older, there's a right way to do it, and it's really all about taking care of yourself with intention and respect. First things first, setting matters. This isn't something you want to rush through or do while you're distracted or stressed out. Creating a calm, private, and comfortable space makes all the difference. Whether it's in the quiet of your bedroom or during a peaceful moment when you're alone, the key is to give yourself the space to fully relax. A relaxed body responds better, and a relaxed mind helps the whole experience feel more natural and nourishing instead of just another quick habit. Another important thing to keep in mind is moderation. Masturbation is healthy, but like anything in life, too much of it can throw things off balance. Overdoing it can leave you feeling tired, drained, or even less interested in real intimacy. It can shift from something pleasurable into something compulsive, and that's not what we want. It's not about how often, but about how intentional and respectful you are toward your body. Listening to your own rhythms and needs is what makes the difference. Hygiene is something that often gets overlooked, but it's absolutely essential. Always make sure your hands are clean and that you're in a clean environment. If you're using anything to assist like lubricants, make sure it's skin-safe and gentle. Natural options like coconut oil can work well, but avoid anything that could cause irritation or allergic reactions. And as simple as it sounds, please never use anything sharp, rough, or not meant for the body. You'd be surprised how many people accidentally hurt themselves trying to get creative, and it's just not worth the risk. At the end of the day, masturbation isn't just about the physical release. It's about reconnecting with yourself in a way that's kind, conscious, and safe. It's not a secret, shameful act. It's a personal form of self-care. When you treat it that way, it becomes something that supports your health, both physically and emotionally. So take your time, be gentle, stay clean, and above all, treat your body like it matters, because it does, no matter your age. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked when it comes to sexual health nutrition. A lot of older adults assume that feeling tired, losing interest in intimacy, or just not feeling like themselves anymore is all part of getting old. But the truth is, what you eat plays a much bigger role than you might think. The body needs fuel, and not just any fuel, real nutrient-rich food that supports hormones, energy, blood flow, and overall well-being. Sadly, many people over 50 tend to eat just to get by, not really thinking about what their body truly needs. Meals become quick, repetitive, and often low in the essential vitamins and minerals that keep us going. One nutrient that's especially important for men's sexual health is zinc. Zinc plays a key role in testosterone production, which, as we know, starts to decline with age. Another big one is the B vitamin group, especially B6 and B12, which help improve blood circulation and support nerve function. Without these nutrients, it's no surprise that things like energy, mood, and performance start to dip. But the good news is it doesn't take a drastic diet overhaul to make a real difference. Take Mr. Roberts, for example. He's 61 years old and came to me complaining of low energy, poor sleep, and a general sense of feeling off. After a few conversations, we looked at his diet, and it turned out he was skipping breakfast, relying on processed snacks, and rarely ate fresh vegetables or protein-rich foods. I suggested a few simple changes, adding zinc-rich snacks like pumpkin seeds and almonds, including eggs a few times a week, and making leafy greens like spinach or kale a regular part of his meals. Within just a few weeks, he came back feeling more energized and upbeat. He was sleeping better, and more importantly, he said he felt more like himself again. That's the power of mindful eating. When you start giving your body what it really needs, it responds. You feel stronger, clearer, and yes, more alive in every way. Nutrition isn't just about weight or cholesterol, it's about keeping your body, your hormones, and even your confidence working the way they're meant to. Your meals matter, especially as you age, and even small changes can lead to big results. When it comes to boosting your sexual health naturally, what you put on your plate truly matters. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive superfoods, just the right ingredients that support your body where it counts. One of the most important nutrients for men, especially as they age, is zinc. Zinc plays a major role in testosterone production, which is key for maintaining libido energy and overall vitality. And the good news, you don't need pills to get it. Simple foods like pumpkin seeds, almonds, oysters, and even eggs are packed with zinc and easy to work into your daily meals. But zinc isn't the only thing you should be thinking about. B vitamins like B6 and B12 are just as essential. These vitamins help improve blood circulation and support heart health, which is directly linked to sexual function. Better blood flow means better performance, stronger erections, and even a clearer mind. You can find B vitamins in foods like leafy greens, eggs, fish, and whole grains. The key is to eat a colorful, varied diet and not just rely on the same old meals every day. Beyond the science-backed nutrients, don't overlook some of the traditional remedies that have stood the test of time. Things like garlic soaked in honey, a warm cup of ginger tea, or even a simple soup made with leafy greens like spinach or amaranth can do wonders for your circulation and overall sense of vitality. These aren't just folk tales. Many of these ingredients contain natural compounds that stimulate blood flow, reduce inflammation, and support hormone balance. Garlic, for example, helps cleanse the blood vessels and may lower blood pressure, making it easier for blood to flow where it needs to. Ginger helps with digestion and circulation and has a natural warming effect that's great for libido. The beauty of all this is that it's simple. You don't need to reinvent your whole life, you just need to pay a little more attention to what you're feeding your body. A handful of seeds here, a cup of tea there, a bit more color on your plate, and you'll start to feel the difference. Nourishing your body with these powerful natural foods is one of the kindest things you can do for yourself, especially as you age. Your body will thank you. Let's be real, moving your body even just a little bit each day can make a world of difference as you get older. Physical activity doesn't have to mean running marathons or lifting heavy weights. In fact, light regular movement, like walking around the neighborhood, doing a bit of gentle yoga, or simply stretching in the morning, can go a long way in keeping your body and mind feeling alive. These simple habits help improve blood flow, boost muscle strength, support flexibility, and can even lift your mood when you're feeling a little low or stiff. It's not just about staying fit, it's about staying connected to your body and feeling good in your skin. Now, if we're talking specifically about sexual health, there's one type of exercise that a lot of people overlook but can make a big impact: Kegel exercises. Yep, the same ones often recommended for women after childbirth are also incredibly useful for men, especially when it comes to improving erectile function and controlling ejaculation. Kegels help strengthen the pelvic floor muscles, which play a key role in sexual performance. The best part, you can do them anywhere, while sitting, lying down, or even standing in line. No one will even know. Just a few minutes a day can bring noticeable results over time. It's simple, free, and surprisingly powerful. One of the biggest mistakes I see when it comes to aging and health is the belief that once you hit a certain age, it's too late to exercise. I can't tell you how many times I've heard someone say, "I'm too old for that now," or "My body can't handle it anymore." But here's the truth. Gentle movement is not only possible, it's essential. You don't need to hit the gym or run 5 miles a day. Just a little daily activity like walking, stretching, or doing a few simple exercises at home can keep your joints happy, your heart strong, and your energy level steady. Your body still wants to move, you just have to meet it where it's at. Another mistake that often slips in is inconsistency. A lot of people start making changes, maybe eating better, maybe exercising a bit, and when they don't see results right away, they give up. I get it. We all want quick wins. But the benefits of movement and good nutrition build up over time. You can't do yoga twice or eat some greens for a week and expect magic. The real change comes when you stick with it, even in small ways. Just like brushing your teeth, these habits have to become part of your rhythm. The more you show up for your body, the more your body will show up for you. It's never too late to start, and it's always worth continuing. Getting older doesn't mean giving up on your sexual health. In fact, it's more important than ever to take care of it. The truth is, you can absolutely maintain a healthy, satisfying, and confident relationship with your body as you age. It just takes a little more attention, a little more kindness, and a willingness to try new things that support your well-being. When you combine healthy habits like mindful masturbation, nourishing food, and gentle physical activity, you give your body the support it needs to stay strong and vibrant. And just as important as all of that is how you care for your emotional self. Your mindset, your confidence, your sense of self-worth. They all play a role in how you experience intimacy and connection, not just with others, but with yourself. There's nothing to be ashamed of here. Talking about sexual health openly and honestly, especially later in life, is an act of self-respect. It's how we learn how we grow and how we take back the power to feel good in our own skin. So wherever you are on your journey, just know this: you're not alone, you're not past your prime, and you absolutely deserve to feel healthy, confident, and whole. If you found this video helpful, I invite you to subscribe to Ageless Mind and Body. We're building a community where real conversations, expert advice, and simple tools help you live fully at any age. Hit that subscribe button, share this video with someone who might need it, and leave a comment if something here spoke to you. Let's keep the conversation going and keep growing together.